I had been wanting to try this art supply and finally I did it. Art graphite putty. Probably you're wondering what the heck is a graphite putty. We will figure it out together. Here is my vellum paper and I have my X-Acto knife. You need a little bit of water because this stuff is water soluble, and I have some bag just in case and a pair of gloves because you will see that it is pretty messy, just like charcoal. Even more than that actually, because when it gets wet, it becomes like a paint. When I open it, the first thing I notice is the smell. It's a weird perfumey smell, but it's not bad. And the other thing is, I couldn't take out the whole stuff. You need to cut the bag in order to get the whole thing out. I took out just a little piece. It's a little bit thicker, more dense than I thought. It's not like kneaded eraser. It's thicker than that, and definitely not like a Play-Doh. And you will see during the video that it crumbles a lot. And this is what it looks like from close up. Okay, now I figured it out. Let's see what kind of patterns we can get from this. I don't know when you were a kid you did that, but you know, we used to paint potatoes and macaronis and we would just press them on the paper and get these patterns, and it just reminded me of those days. These things can be a really good background. This looks like paws actually here, or baby footsteps. And I rolled it this small piece here and I tried to make different patterns, but this failed actually miserably. It didn't look like anything and it's falling apart. Anyway, if you want to color the whole background evenly, this could be a good supply for you guys, because you can see that the tooth of the paper is showing, the structure of the paper is there. If you want a quick background just like this, I think this kneaded graphite would be a good choice for you. Now, let's see what it would look like. Oops. See, I told you it's crumbling. Now, let's see what happens with water. I'm just going to get a little bit of water on my fingertips and I'm just going to pat it down on my kneaded graphite. Now we will see what it looks like. Wow, I like this, guys. I think this looks better. You can see that this would be a great addition to your mixed media piece, especially if you had a bigger putty, if you use the whole thing maybe. Look how messy it is. When you wet it, it looks like a charcoal mass. I'm just going to create this leaf shape, and then with the use of my X-Acto knife, I will try to add some veins so that it looks more like a leaf. Now, let's see what's going to happen. I forgot to wet it anyway. Oh wow, it looks good. I kind of like this pattern. And you can multiply it because obviously you can press anywhere you want on the paper. And I think this would look good for a background again. Of course, the more places you press it, it loses more color. So towards the end, it fades away. You need to maybe create a new one. I tried to make some waves, and although it wasn't as good as I thought it would be, it still works. And it doesn't look really natural because it repeats the same pattern all over. But again, this could be a good and quick way of creating some ocean waves or even cobblestone. These are the patterns we got so far, not so bad. And I want to try a tree. So for that, I'm wetting my kneaded graphite. It's water soluble, so it creates these perfect effects. And I'm just gonna make a triangle, just like a tree, like a pine tree structure. But yeah, I think it works. I think it looks like a tree, guys. And if you're making a landscape in your mixed media or in your graphite drawings, this could be a quick way of creating a tree. And instead of pressing, you can also spread the graphite around with your kneaded graphite, just like this. And if you use the wet part, you can get actually solid black background, just like this. It's much easier this way. Another way to do this much more easily could be a graphite powder. Look, yes, there is a graphite shine, of course, but it's a beautiful, solid black color. Now, let's see if I can erase this stuff. Well, I did not use any water here, if you remember, so it was kind of erasable, as you can see. But when I tried it on the sides that I used water with this kneaded graphite, it was not as successful. By the way, this eraser is a really good eraser if you want to use it. Stadler Mars plastic. Here is my electric eraser, which literally erases everything, but couldn't erase this thing. I want to compare charcoal background with graphite background. This is my charcoal, guys. And you will see that graphite, of course, has more shine and you have a more matte result with charcoal. But it's up to you guys which one you want to use, because I think graphite looks beautiful too. And these are all the patterns I got. And now as a project, I want to add background to my drawing, because I always wanted to add some background to this portrait and I didn't have a chance to. And I like the leaf idea, so we will see what happens. I forgot to wet it, so I don't think it's gonna come out. Yeah, it was weaker than I thought, but I'm going to wet it soon and maybe hopefully we will get a better result. The areas around the face and around the body, I used half leaves because we cannot see the whole thing, right? All the time. He might be shadowing some of the leaves, so this is why I cut it into half and I added some half leaves there, and then I reshaped this half to make a smaller leaf, because it's not natural to find all the leaves on the same size on a tree, right? We have smaller ones, bigger ones, so I wanted some variety and I wet it, and I have these different shades of gray and different sizes of leaves. Love it. What do you think, guys? Please share in the comments. Would this be something that you want to try? If it is, you can find my Amazon store link in the description down below. And do you think this would be helpful for your mixed media works or graphite works? Let me know. What I did is basically putting all the kneaded graphite back into the bag and reseal it. And this is the result, guys. In order for you to see better, I'm going to lower the exposure so you have a better idea about how it looks. Look. Please share in the comments, what do you think? If you want more supply reviews like this, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.